Hey everyone! Hi, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. How are you? It's time for date night for Cricut Chat. And because it is the night before, hey, get out of there. Because it's the night before Easter, I thought that I would do something totally different. And so there's no paper crafting tonight. So if you tuned in for that, well, I hope you stay. Good evening, Regina. So today we're going to do some decorating of Easter eggs for the holiday. And I started off trying to come up with different ideas for coloring eggs. And in fact, you'll see I have my alcohol inks out, and I was playing with those, and then I was looking for ways to color my hard-boiled eggs with tissue paper, but that didn't work. So I even tried to color using some really weird Pinterest thing. So here we are, something I used that was like, you put dye inside of rice and you shake it all around, and it didn't come out, I don't know. It wasn't that impressive to me. So I kind of abandoned a lot of the ideas that I was trying to come up with. I did do this, and this was with our alcohol inks, and that was really easy. But I think the one that I like the most are these Ukrainian Easter eggs. Now, do not laugh at my first attempt in 35 years of doing this, because this is the first one I've done in 35 years. So I'm kind of like really rusty here. So I wanted to show you about this very, very old art form. And it's called Pisanka. It's made, it was started as a Ukrainian. The Ukraine is just outside of Russia. It's often called the breadbasket of Europe, because they were farmers, a lot of farmers, poor people who worked hard to stay alive and to provide for their families. And one of the things that they often did during Lent, which was, this is before the internet and before electricity, was the women would make these beautiful eggs. And they have a lot of meaning to them, and I don't want to gloss over this, because it's a very spiritual practice, and I'm just going to show you mostly the procedure and how to do it. But if you are interested, just look up on the internet Ukrainian Easter eggs, and it will tell you all about how they came up with this, and what they do, and what each color means, and what each symbol means. And it's so amazing that people can do this with one little egg and a little bit of wax and some dye. That's really all you need to do these. And back in 1980, let me just check on the book. Back in 1986, right here, there's a description here. I was in New York City, actually in Astoria. There was a very large population of Ukrainian people in Astoria, and I had a boyfriend there, and I was in college, and he took me down to visit with his family, and they introduced me to all of their Easter traditions, which was the most amazing week for us. We had just an such an interesting week. So many traditions. And then his mother was kind enough to show me how to make these eggs and bought me this book. And I went home, or actually went back to my college campus, and I would spend time, because I guess I've always been a very creative person, and so I just thought it was just a gorgeous form of art. But it was very spiritual, and everything had a meaning with making these eggs. This is and again, I'm not trying to gloss over the meaning and the spiritual nature of this, because I don't feel like I am qualified to tell you the whole story about it, except to tell you a little bit about how these are created. And so I apologize if I'm not doing it justice. And if you're from a Ukrainian background, please jump in and provide us with more information. But this was, years and years ago, and I've always enjoyed doing it, but I haven't in the last, I'd say 15 or so years, I haven't been doing it. I have all of my different equipment, but I haven't been actually doing it. And so I wanted to show you how it's done tonight. And then we can also talk about the alcohol ink eggs. Now, just to kind of start off from the conversation, these eggs here that I have here are actually boiled, and these are not going to work for our Ukrainian Easter eggs. You can't use a boiled egg, and often what they would do was they would either blow the egg out, which is, I've done that here. I've taken the egg, and boy, this was a real pain to do in the morning, let me tell you. But I put a little hole in one side and another bigger hole in the other, and literally put my lips on there and blew the egg completely out of the shell, leaving the shell here. And this is the way that they're decorated. Or you can do the opposite and just do an egg that is raw. And you might be thinking, won't that smell after a while? But in actuality, the egg inside just, I know it's gross, but the inside of the egg actually just like sort of dehydrates. And unless you broke these and honestly, you took such good care of them like they were jewels that they wouldn't break. And so you didn't have to really worry about them smelling because they would never break. So I'm going to show you how to do this. But first I want to say hello and just sort of, pop in and say hi to everyone. And let you know, this is Rita. I'm usually here for our Cricut Chat, but tonight, because it's the night before Easter, I thought that I would do some crafts with eggs. And I did, as I mentioned at the very beginning, I did try to do different things with hard-boiled eggs that I have over here that I'm not going to end up doing anything with because I ran out of the coloring to do eggs. So I'm going to show you a little bit. First, I'll show you a little bit with the alcohol eggs, so easy, and then I'll get into the Ukrainian Easter eggs there. So hello to everybody, thank you for joining me tonight. Let's see, it's Saturday night, it's date night, and let's see, April 3rd. Trying to think. Oh, I just want to mention about the schedule for this week, and I do have some viewer mail too. But the schedule, so tomorrow, even though it's a holiday, I will be popping in at 1 o'clock for Cricut Chat brunch with the Joy, because there is something special I want to show you that pertains to the Joy. And then on Monday, we have our Mystery Material Monday, and I am going to show you how to cut fabric with your maker and the rotary blade. So I'm pretty excited about that. Because I need to make some spring doggy bandanas for my dogs. And so we've got that on Monday. And then the rest of the week, I think we're just going to be doing spring things like some flowers. I found a beautiful tutorial for, making, a crepe paper. What was it? A crepe paper rose, and also a paper dahlia that is so impressive that I want to show you how to do that. And then of course we'll do some cards and some paper crafting. It's Mother's Day coming up. It's the next holiday. So we have to focus a little bit on that. And there's so many wonderful projects having to do with flowers that I think it would be entirely appropriate to do them. So let me just start off by saying that the alcohol inks that I'm going to show you, you can do what you like, obviously, but I don't think that they are food safe. And the ink itself, although it really does dry very, very quickly. So I don't know if you want to take a chance, but I don't know. I actually did this on a raw egg, and I'm going to now do it on this this egg. It has a crack in it right here, but it's empty. I blew the egg out of that. So I'm going to move over my candle. I'm not going to put my candle out. I just have to be real careful because I've had trouble lighting my candle earlier in the evening. So alcohol inks, something that we had a lot of fun with a couple of weeks ago. And I have these alcohol ink pearl that I had, and I know some of you went out and bought some ink, so I wanted to just show you how this kind of works. And just kind of let you know, but I do need to caution you that I don't believe that these are food safe. So if you are going to color with your alcohol inks, don't use an egg that you're going to eventually eat. And you can use either a raw egg or a hard-boiled egg for this, but I actually have, this is a blown egg. Okay. So, and it actually has a crack in it. This one here has a crack in it. So, so anyway, so what I was doing with these was I just started with these pearls. You have to shake them up really well because see all the bottom of the thing, and the bottom has all that pearl stuff in it. So you do have to shake them really well. And so for this one, all I did was I started with one color and just dropped a few drops on there. I probably should be wearing gloves, but I am not. So I just dropped a few drops on here. Now, the cool thing about this is that eggs are porous. So it dries really, really quickly versus remember when we were working with like acetate, it would take a little bit longer for it to dry. So you get some pretty nifty results because they dry really quickly. So then we can just do another one. This one's called Deception. I think it's red. So all I did was just dot and let it sort of move around wherever it wanted to go. And then once I did that with a number of the colors, I sprayed it with our alcohol, our rubbing alcohol. So it's purple. It's very garish looking, but I kind of like it. I don't know if you guys like it or not, but it's really an interesting technique that I thought I would share with you. And it's really fun, you know, just to kind of decorate these eggs and to have them sitting around. Now, the cool thing about, you know, a blown egg is that you can keep it and you don't have to worry about it, you know, cracking. If it cracks, you could just throw it away, but this is the kind of thing you can keep around your house. Put it in your, what do you call that? You know, your buffet, where it's where I keep my, what do you call it? My dining room, in my dining room where I keep my china cupboard. Okay. So just go ahead and just dot your egg all around. You want to keep some white, you can keep some white. But it really dries fast. And then for an interesting technique after you've done that is you can take your alcohol. This is rubbing alcohol. Now mine is 70-something% alcohol, but I've been told that a 90% alcohol content is better because it had less water in it. So you can just spritz it and it will meld the colors together. And you can do anything you like here. Obviously, we can do anything we want to, but isn't that really kind of clever? And it's still kind of drying all around. I think that's really neat. And I don't know where you'd find another egg quite like that. So let me just show you. There is my dried alcohol ink egg. Kind of cute, right? I think so. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Ukrainian Easter eggs. So again, also not edible. Ukrainians had another kind of egg that they used to share with people on Easter, and they have a very interesting tradition where they take their baskets that they're going to have their food for Easter morning. They'd break their fast and they would bring, not only would they bring their eggs, but they'd bring butter and bread and sausages or some kind of meat, and all the things that they were planning on eating, including eggs, but they'd have their pisanka there too. And they would bring them to the church on Saturday morning and get them blessed for Easter Sunday. So this was something that people did, or women, I should say, did all the way up until Easter, and oftentimes making dozens of these in one Lenten season. What I believe that they didn't eat any eggs during the Lenten season, but I might be wrong. Okay. So these are actually blown. This is a blown egg. And what you're going to use is, or what you do use is, you use a candle. Now, this happens to be a pumpkin candle that I had left over because I had problems with my other candle. And then you're going to use something called a kiska. And you need a little bit of wax. This is wax that comes in either comes in a bar or a circle form. And these are kiskas. So it's very low tech. This is nothing like a Cricut machine. It's very, very low tech. And you'll see that it's basically a piece of wood with a funnel that's attached with a wire onto this. And let's see. And so what you would do is you would heat up your kiska, including the back where is the funnel. And we're going to heat it up, and then we're going to take this, which is our beeswax. It's just pure beeswax. It happens to be the darker kind of beeswax, and we're going to get a little bit of wax into that funnel. Can you see that? And then we're going to heat it up over the candle. And whenever I do this, all I can imagine is, you know, back before electricity, some young Ukrainian farm girls, you know, sitting there at night after the babies all went to bed, and doing these, and they would actually pray over the eggs as they were doing it. It was very spiritual. So then once we get this heated up, I'm going to test it here, but it's basically a pen with the wax inside. And we are going to start off with a pure white egg. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run this kiska over the egg. And we're going to, it's very geometric. So this is basically wax. So everything that we want to be white gets covered on the white part of the egg with this wax. So here I did one around there, and I'm going to do another one at the top that goes this way. Just like this. And I actually spoke with my college sweetheart, the one whose mom showed me how to do this, and he was so excited. He doesn't do social media, but after I get done, I have to send him the link to the video. So hi, Michael, when you get to see this. So here we are breaking the egg up into like a geometric pattern. You can do it. There's a number of different ways, but you can do it up and down. You can do it around like this. And once we get the egg covered, at least the white part is covered, we would then, so this is going to be the white, right? And then this is called a wax resist method. So we are going to, I'm not very good at joining my lines, but we're going to put it in the first color, and it goes from the lightest color to the darkest color. And so the lightest color is yellow, and the traditional colors are yellow, orange, red, and black. So the last, when you put the egg in for the last time, it looks really black. I mean, it's ugly, really ugly. And then once you're done, and you take it out of the black, you hold it up to the flame and remove the wax, and that shows you your entire design. So it's such a interesting thing. I cannot believe I haven't done it in so long, and I apologize for if I'm, if I'm taking my time here, but I really haven't done it in so long, and I want to make sure that I do it right. So I want to look at different designs here. I think what I'm trying to do here is to do a star. Let me just open the book and see if I can't find that star that I like to do. So thanks for humoring me. This is a really wonderful walk down memory lane. And so here we go. Here's some interesting ones. I'm looking for the one that's the star that I really like. But doesn't have to be, but can you see how geometric it is? All of these. And so when I think about like, you know, the eggs that we saw growing up in TV programs and stuff with the dots and the lines, this is what I think about, because I think it's just so clever and such a unique process. Now, Ukrainians aren't the only ones that do egg decorating. They're also the folks in Poland do it, and they have something called batik method, which is like a dot pull method, really interesting. And I'm trying to think who else does the eggs, but eggs are very old school, right? Everybody had chickens, and they learned to do different things with them. Now, what was fascinating to me is that these eggs would then get blessed by the priest, and then they were incorporated in all of the traditions. So, for instance, when somebody died, an egg would go in their coffin, or when somebody was newly married, they would bring the egg to their new home. It just was beautiful to learn all about that culture. So thank you for indulging me that for this evening. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to put a star sort of halfway through here on this part of the egg. So I divided my egg into two things here, right? And I'm going to then put a star here, and then I'm going to put it in the yellow dye. So I'm trying to think if I'm going to do it this way. I guess I'll do it this way. Yeah. So it's like you're writing with wax. It's really kind of interesting. So you basically heating up this wax in this little pen type of thing, and you are writing with wax. And again, it's been a very long time since I've done this, but boy, it's so much fun. It's very satisfying. And so I thought that I would kind of show you what I was doing. Now, I mean, it's not great. Hi. Hello, Dorothy. Nice to see you. Oh, I don't know about talented. I as I said, I haven't done this in a really long time, but I'm enjoying it. And I have to say that the honey, that smell from the beeswax is so intoxicating and just kind of like, it's very soothing. So this is a very like laid back type of a project. And I will do another alcohol ink egg in a moment while we get this part done. I'm not doing it correctly. See, I'm not doing it correctly, but it's giving you an idea of what the steps are. I did not do this correctly here. And we're just going to put it there. Okay, so when you get done with all the parts that you want to be white, you then take your dyes, and then remember there's 4 different dyes, and you're going to go up from the lightest to the darkest. So this is my yellow dye, and it is special dye. I don't think it's food safe dye, but apparently they do. If you live in Minneapolis or near Minnesota, there's quite a few Ukrainian people that live there, and also in New York City. And I'm trying to think where else. I think Calgary in Canada also has a lot of Ukrainians. So you can go into some of the Ukrainian stores and get yourself packets of dye. Now this is this egg is empty, hollow, so I have to put the spoon on there, you see, to keep it down. So let's see. While we're waiting for the yellow to set, let me again show you about the alcohol inks. This one I actually already started. I won't use this one, but here is one that's blown. The other thing that somebody mentioned when I was doing some research about this was using like little daubers and daubing your ink on with a dauber. And so I thought that was kind of interesting. So I want to try that out so you can see. But apparently you can do kind of like a marbly effect like this. That looks pretty good. Kind of like that. So you can try, oops, let's get it on this side too. Let's try a couple of different colors here. I got to be real careful because I have an open flame and this is flammable. So I'm going from one to the other and I don't want to start a fire. But okay, so here's some daubers and I'm just daubing it on here. Kind of cute, right? Oh, I like this pink. So those are really fun, aren't they? We need some color though. I think we need like blue or something like that. How about blue? Celestial. Secrets. What, we're keeping secrets? What secrets do we have? Oh. I want to hear the secrets. I like secrets too. So next Saturday night, instead of date night, we'll have our Zoom call, and we should come up with an idea for what it should be about. I was thinking April showers and May flowers. It could be a nice theme for the Zoom call, and we will have prizes for, let's see, we'll do some like best costume prizes. So if you want to dress up or come up with some kind of headgear or costume, then you could win a prize. And even if you've already won a prize from me, you could win another prize. So the other thing I want to mention is that I will be announcing the winner of the Cricut Joy Bundle of Joy that we have going on. So if you have not already, look at how pretty this is. Oh, she's working on a secret project. Yeah, leave it to Dawn, right? And so if you have not gotten your, look at how pretty this is. Wow, I really like that. And you can really see the pearl essence from there. I'm thinking maybe a dot more of like a blue-green, just a little tiny bit. So we're going to be able to announce the winner. Oh, I did it the wrong way. Don't tell anybody I did it the wrong way. I was supposed to put it on the dauber, but I didn't. So we're going to pick the winner. Now, there are a couple of people that have said they haven't been able to, they don't know how to get their name in. Never fear. We have another week of entry. So, what you have to do is you have to get your name in through the link, and I'll put the link, I put the link all week long. I'll put the link to, it's called Rafflecopter. So what you do is you go to the Rafflecopter and there's 3 choices. You can follow me on YouTube. Oops, there's my light. You can follow me on YouTube and there we go. This light doesn't stay lit for some reason. You can follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and there's a space for you to put in your email address. So you have up to 3 chances. So you can just follow me on YouTube for the first chance, but if you want to do all 3, you have to be following me on Facebook and on Instagram. Now, yeah, it looks really cute, huh? Really cute. So, and then in terms of, we'll put this here. So there's 3 different alcohol inks that we did. I really like this one. I like that dauber effect. Let's do another one. Let's try the daubing again, but with different colors. So if you haven't done that, definitely go to the description of one of the videos that I put out. We put out video every single day. And if you already follow me on YouTube, that's okay too. You can still enter this contest. So if you're already following me, I'm just asking that you maybe leave a comment or share the video or like the video. The whole point of this is to get more people interested in our YouTube and to get more subscribers, that sort of thing. So that's kind of the point. This is really kind of a weird looking green. What's it called? Sublime. Yeah, maybe because it got mixed up with the other colors. I don't know if I like that. Let's try purple. Ooh, what's this? This looks like fluorescent. Hold on. I got some other daubers that don't have any. Oh yeah, it's fluorescent. Kind of an orange. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. So we'll have a winner on the Zoom call. We'll be able to announce a winner. I'll be able to announce a winner on the Zoom call. So, so that will be fun too. And I don't know, I guess we'll have, I don't know if we want to do something like a show and tell like we did last time. I really like that. Now, the thing about Zoom is that we only get 40 minutes to talk. And then I did read that we're able to, well, this is interesting. We're able to extend it if I, as the host, leave, which, and then I come back. So you guys stay, and as a host, I leave, and I don't know if I have to, hand it off to like Dawn or somebody, and then I think that I might have to hand it off to Dawn or somebody, but then I can come back. So we are limited on Zoom, and you know that Benji, as I'm sitting here, he keeps coming by my feet and taking things out from underneath my desk and chewing them. So when I get done with this, can you hear him? He's like chewing up a bunch of stuff. Ooh, the only thing is my fingerprints. And these dry really quickly, and I think they're pretty shiny. I don't think you need to put any kind of sealant on it. And again, we're not going to eat these. All right. There we go. Yeah, the green is really interesting. Sublime. I'm really enjoying this with that. But I enjoyed the other things, the little lights that we did, the fairy lights, and I see that a number of people did make those. What projects are you guys looking to be making going into the summer? Do you want to make more 3D projects? Do you want to focus on cards? Do you want to focus on flowers? What do you feel like doing? let me know. And you can either let me know in the comments or you can comment after the fact, anything you'd like to do. So there is our alcohol ink eggs. Aren't they really special? Look at how I use the pearl, so it has a really shiny pearlish tint to it. Now let's get back to our Ukrainian egg. I won't keep you through the whole process, but I want you to see how this works. So now I take my egg out of the yellow, you see that? And now I have to go and dry it off, of course. But then what I do is I cover up the parts that I want to stay yellow. Then once I cover that up, be very ginger because it is empty. All right. So I feel a little like Martha Stewart because just because I know she presented on this as well, and she wasn't very good at it either, but it was just kind of nice to see her present about it. It was years ago, but so now I'm going to bring my candle over, put away the alcohol inks, and I'm getting the Kiska hot, and then I'm going to take my beeswax and I take and put some beeswax in that little funnel in the back, and then I hold it over the candle. It melts and this becomes like a pen. See that? And then you would go and say, put lines here like this. It's just amazing how what people came up with for craft. Like craft is like in your soul. You know what I mean? I think it's just kind of interesting to see that these people, every culture has some sort of craft that they do, and they use what they had. Now, clearly these people were farm people, and so they had eggs, right? Because they had chickens. And so there's that. Now, Benji, can you please stop? Please stop. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, hey, Benji. Frank was here earlier. There we go. So it's really kind of interesting. Frank, stop, Benji. Stop. You gotta stop. I don't know what you're biting. It's after my infusable ink. I don't know. He's such a little baby. So, all right. So then once we get done with this, after I do all of the yellow, can you not? No. Stop. No. We would then put it in to the next color, which was orange, and then work our way up. But I'm not going to have the patience if I have a dog sitting here taking things out from under my feet. Benji, he's being naughty. When is my birthday? My birthday is in April. It's April 14th, which is what? 10 days, 10 more days. Okay, so this is how you do that. Yeah, right? So they had nothing. And so in the winters, very cold. Yes, that's right. So somebody knows a little bit about the Ukrainians that emigrated to Canada, and then I think also, like I said, Minnesota and also New York. We even had a Ukrainian church out here in Salem for a while. I don't know if we still have it, but it was really kind of interesting. And Ukrainian, I did study Russian, but it's very different from the Russian culture, and they're very proud of their differences. And so it was quite interesting being and spending time with this family. So, all right. So, what else was going on? Let me know what you guys want to do. I mean, I kind of work from holiday to holiday, and so now that Easter is here, we've been focusing on Easter for the past, I don't know, 3 weeks. And so now I'm like, okay, now what? And I can think, well, Mother's Day is coming up. We've got Father's Day, Earth Day. I'm trying to think what else we've got. Just a lot of the springy type of things. Maybe there's some weddings. I don't know if people are actually getting married in the pandemic or whatever, but maybe we can do some things that would be like for wedding or graduations. Who knows? I know last year they ended up canceling a lot of the graduations. So you guys tell me what you want to be working on. And I actually was thinking about doing some structures, things that are 3D paper. There's a pagoda that at SVG Cuts that I've always wanted to do, but I just have never found the time to do it. And so I'm wondering if now is that time. I don't know. So you guys tell me what you want to do. I'm trying to think what else I have to tell you. Nothing new coming out at Cricut. I think we had all of our big announcements and everything, and everybody's getting used to all of their mug presses. Some people are still waiting for them. I know I placed an order for some mugs. I haven't got them yet. But I'm hoping to get them. Do you want to see more mug designs? You want to work on sublimation, that sort of thing? Oh, they are happening through Zoom. How fun. Oh, I love that idea. I know. We've all had to adjust. All right. So let's say that is done with the yellow. I don't know, maybe we can do some little circles here. Yeah, we'll do some little circles here. But these are really quite fun, and you kind of get bitten by a bug. And now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I could do this one or that one, but I don't know. I should have started sooner in the Lenten season. Okay, so now that I did my yellow, I'm going to, technically should have a spoon for every color, but let's get our orange. No, that's red. This is orange. And then we'll take it and put it into the orange. Oh, okay. So you want to sort of incorporate sublimation designs in DS. Actually, this week, thank you for helping me jog my memory too. I found out how to waterproof stickers. So we're going to be going over doing stickers again, but with an extra layer to do a waterproof layer. And so I finally got that in stock, the waterproof layer. So we're going to do that. And thank you, Dorothy. And so what else we're going to do here? Cricut mugs, doing a lot more mugs. I love seeing everybody's mugs that they're making, and people are really getting comfortable with trying new things, and I love it. If you aren't already a part of our Facebook group, it's called Cricut Chat with Miss Rita. So if you aren't already part of it, sign up for it. It's so much fun. People are sharing all kinds of things there and asking questions and everything else. So it's really quite lovely. Whoops. My egg keeps popping up, but look at how beautiful that orange is. It's so bright. Why have you only made 2, Dawn? Like my mug, like in the kitchen. I thought I had a lot of space in my kitchen, but it turns out I really don't. So I've made a couple of mugs for my son, and then a couple for me, and now I'm getting to a place where it's like, where do I put all these mugs? I'm gonna have to make some sort of a mug. I don't know, railing. What are you doing, Benji? Oh, poor Benji. He's crazy. All right. So let's see. We can take this out. That's really bright, that orange. I don't think I want that much that's made of that's got that orange color. So I'm only going to do a little bit that will cover over it. Infusible ink sheets. What do you want to know about the infusible ink sheets? Like working on mugs, on shirts, on other things? Do you want to know a little bit about sublimation, more about sublimation? I know this orange is so bright. It's not supposed to be that bright, but it is quite bright. All right, so so a lot of people got printers, huh? They got sublimation printers. I guess there was a run on them. I heard that a lot of them were selling out of the Epson ones. Should I go over that? How to convert the printers, or is that something that you all know how to do now, or what I'm using for paper and that sort of thing? Let me know. Boy, that Benji. Benji, you're incorrigible. Okay, so this is what we would do. Actually, I'm going to use this. Where is the one? This one is the thicker one. So what I would do, let me use this one. I'm going to actually cover up this part of the egg. So that part will be orange, right? But I think that's all that I want to keep orange because it's really bright. So here I would just go ahead and cover up this part. You see, that's why it's called wax resist, because you're doing the wax over and it resists. When you have the wax, it resists the actual ink or dye. That's why it's called wax resist. Okay. Yeah, and then afterwards you melt the wax off. That's right. So first you put all this wax on, and by the time you get to the end, your egg looks awful. I mean, it's really ugly. And I will show you how to take the wax off in just a moment. I won't be able to finish this, obviously, but so we're putting here, and then we would put into the red dye, and then we put it into the black dye and all of that stuff, or you could skip colors if you want to. But let's say we would put all of this here. And I can't move quick enough. Again, I should have started this earlier and had way more like stages of the game, but you know, I live and I learn. Next time I do this, if I ever do this again, I will be more prepared. All right, so here I am covering up the part that I want to remain as orange. And then once I do that, I'm going to put it into the next color. And then the last color being black. So you have to almost sort of think backwards on these eggs. So I think the alcohol ink ones are really fun and pretty and take a lot less time than this does. But I just love the tradition of this. It's so pretty and it's just interesting to have this kind of history rooted in someone's culture. Okay, so there, see, there's all that wax on there. And then what I would do is put it into, let's put it into the black, just so you can see how ugly it looks. And then when it comes out, we will take the wax off. So there it goes into the black, and it's really quite ugly. All right, so now I can, oh, Leah, do you do this as well? No, I know, Leah. Thank you. I think we use wax to resist tie-dye. Ooh, that's interesting. And then iron them with blotting papers. Yeah, wax is quite the interesting thing to work with. Leah, did you post your favorites in the group chat, in the group pages? I'd love to see them. I'd love to see them. So when this gets all colored with the black dye, we'll take it out. We have to dry it off, and then we use the candle to remove the wax that we put on, and then you see the design that you've made. It's really very interesting and fun. So here, see how ugly that is? Yikes, right? And you think, how can this be beautiful? And of course, I'm not that talented, but there are people who are very, very talented, and they reveal some pretty amazing designs. Okay, so let me just get this all dried off. Okay, and then once you got this place, then you would take your candle and hold your egg over that flame like this. And then using your paper towel, you would just wipe off and see the design. Isn't that great? That's okay, Diana. We're talking eggs and the Ukrainian culture, which is so interesting and unique. Whoop. So this is what's meant by wax resist. Isn't that fabulous? Yeah, it's pretty cool. And again, I'm not doing it justice, but I wanted you guys to see that. And if you have a moment, go to Google and type in Ukrainian Easter eggs, or they're called Pysanky, Pysanky, or I, sometimes end in I. And you will see some pretty amazing designs, much better than what I'm doing. But I just wanted you to see how craft permeates our culture, all these cultures. Just so much fun. All right. I think that's going to do it for me tonight. Quiet night. Owen's with his dad today. So I get to do this and no interruptions from Owen. So I think that's why Benji was being more than his usual annoying self. Stay, what am I going to talk about? What do you guys have to talk? If you want me to stay, you guys have to talk some more, because can only talk so much, you know? But let's see. We talked about the giveaway. We talked about the Zoom. Talked about what we were doing this week. I learned how to make tassels with tissue paper. I'm on a little bit of a crepe paper and tissue paper thing. I signed up for Leah Griffith's master class that starts in May. I'm also working with Jennifer Maker in the next couple of months. So that's kind of cool. She's got a blog program. She's quite a successful woman. So it's a good opportunity. And so I want to spend a little time with her team, learning how she's gotten so big. I think it would be fun. But I don't think I ever want to get that big, you know. I like this intimate, it's a little more intimate type of thing. Trying to think. This time of year, I always sort of gravitate to SVG cut files. Mary at SVG Cuts, she has some pretty amazing ones. In fact, she has one that's like a watering can. It's huge. She has a butterfly. She has some stars and some lanterns. So if that's something you guys would like to see, let me know. Yeah, not too terribly big, but you know, you can learn to be more professional from other people, and it's always good to meet new people. So I think it would be a good opportunity to spend some time with Jennifer. She has quite a following. All right, so there is my second East Ukrainian pisanki. It's clearly not as beautiful as some of these, but certainly fun to make. And if you have an interest, I'm sure this book, which was given to me in the 80s, I'm sure it's either been rewritten or whatever, and or some other books that might be available that can show you just how beautiful this art form is. And if you have an interest in it, there is a website I found called Ukrainian giftshop.com. So check that out if you want to get yourself some of these kiskas or some wax, some dye. They also have beautiful pottery and some gorgeous like embroidery and things like that. Ukrainians are just such an amazing group of people. Yeah. So I'm glad that I could show this to you. And then also don't forget about our beautiful alcohol ink eggs, which I really think are just stunning. So definitely get out some eggs, and gee, the eggs are selling for like 99 cents for a dozen. So you can just get a few out there. You don't have to blow them, I don't think, but just try not to crack them when you've had them for a couple of months, and and make yourself some pretty fun eggs. Okay, that's it for tonight, folks. I hope that we see you again tomorrow, but if not, if you are someone that celebrates the holiday, happy Easter, or in Ukrainian, as they say, Christos voskres, which means Christ has risen. And then the response is Vaistinos voskres, which means he is risen indeed. Thanks everybody for coming today, and we'll see you again tomorrow. I'm just going to pop in briefly to talk about a new thing with the Cricut Joy that you're going to enjoy. So definitely come on by if you are free, and if not, we'll see you on Monday where we're going to talk about fabric. So that should be fun too. Thank you everyone. Happy Easter. Yes, he's risen indeed. Definitely. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Bye, Aledra.